Good morning and welcome to Friday. It's finally Friday. Good morning and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today. My name is Witecki. I'm a psychic astrologer and the sensei to serious joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. This is your little reading for the day for Friday, July 24th, 2015, and we are now into Leo. So happy birthday to the Leos, and that means that love is the predominant state of awareness on Earth for the next 30 days. So the universe God brings us back home into the sun, Leo. I always say in every reading, really every person is a Leo, but some people choose to live in a different state. So we all begin in Leo, and we then become a Gemini, or we begin in Leo and become a Capricorn, and we begin in Leo and become a Taurus like myself. But we all start in Leo. Leo is step 1, and today the sun is at step 1, and Mercury has also caught up at step 1. So our minds and our hearts are aligned today. It's a powerful day, and I most likely feel that you're going to be joyful. There'll be a lot of optimism, and it's time to move forward to the future now and away from whatever the past has been. There are times when we draw a line in the sand and we move forward, and this is certainly one of them. So without further ado, let me give you a weekend forecast and go inside and talk to my guides and read the planets. So the first thing they bring up actually is the moon. I'm brought right to the moon. The moon is in Scorpio today and for most of the weekend, and Venus will retrograde the next 24 hours. Now what this is our emotions are catching up to us, and our feelings are catching up to us as far as where our lines are. So there's a lot of still, even though there's a lot of joy and there's a lot of love and vibrant energy, I think that there's still emotionally a lot of picking sides going on today. You might be picking sides about, yesterday we did, which bucket do you believe in? Well, your feelings are kind of catching up today, and you're kind of putting up some walls. So today you might have to emotionally go cold or separate yourself in certain situations. You might find yourself going on a journey or heading for a new path. A lot of people are doing travel right now, and that is all faded and part of this situation. So emotions are a little tender. They're kind of black and white is what they're showing me, and that is to be tended to. And what we're working up to is this final sort of decree, if you will, when the moon crosses over Saturn in the next, it will happen on Sunday actually. Let's see, yes, it'll happen actually on Sunday. So when the moon crosses Saturn on Saturday night, that's really when it happens. On Saturday night, we're going to have this finalization of where the boundaries are and where the boundaries aren't. Okay, so basically it's going back and forth between what feels good and what doesn't feel good in the interim. Now, what's changing is the sun. Today we're in step 1 of Sun in Leo, and so our heart, as we're kind of finding our emotional safety, is coming online fully, and that's what I think is one of the points here. It's like your heart can come out to play when it feels very safe. So taking the time and space and separating yourself emotionally to a final new law of your emotional land is part of the process of opening up the heart. The heart is going to open, but because of Venus retrograde, see, the sun is going up through the Leo spectrum, but Venus, how we actually receive, is zipping backwards through Leo at the top. So what this does actually is have our root receiving of Leo coming from high degrees of another life. That's what I'm actually kind of being shown in my head. So that's crazy. And at top of that, we have Jupiter, which today moves to step 26. So step 26 means that, here's the hallelujah light. Hallelujah! Maybe we could just call this, the universe stepping in here, or highlighting something when the sun gets this bright on me. In the Bay Area. But the Jupiter is at step 26, and so in essence what's going to happen is you're making a decision, and what I'm seeing with my own third eye here is that this decision is tied to a dream, at least in my case, and likely for yours too, that a certain dream, something you once wanted, and you're making a decision to have this again. All right. So by making this decision, you're bringing it back into the light. You're bringing it back into light. So it's really okay right now to go back and reminisce over parts of your life that brought you incredible joy, or particular people that brought you incredible joy. Don't assume that it will come from that way precisely is what I'm being shown, but rather let it get you pregnant with that very joyful feeling. And that's kind of what happens. Everyone is kind of searching around looking for what's fun. If you feel very bored and don't know what to do and just kind of like, well, then you're exactly where you should be, because you should be looking inside to your heart for what it might feel as fun, okay? And start giving it, you have the mind, give it some ideas. Now, we are manifesting with Mars an emotional foundation. And so through the whole weekend, and they point to Mars too, it's like, what's vital for this heart to open are two things. One is that you are emotionally tending to your soul garden constantly. So you're not going to grow flowers and bloom if you don't have water and some fertilizer. I've always got a lot of shit in my life. And also, good old rain and sleep, all those things. So tending to your garden is very important because, a lot of people, let's say performers, athletes, if they have a well-tended body, they perform better. It's that simple. So when it comes to love and following personal dreams, a well-tended emotional garden is essential and really separates the A players from the B players. And we do mean play when we talk Leo and joy. So emotional foundation is very important, and this probably goes against, again, that Pluto at 13. So what that means is that pushing forward with this emotion, with this new emotional foundation, goes against the way you were raised, goes against what the rules are, goes against the way people told you it should be. But these need to be laid down through the weekend. Saturday will be extremely passionate. Okay, perhaps very exciting. Perhaps very Yellow Brick Road, Dorothy and Oz. Like for some reason, whatever it is, excitement and joy and jubilee. And this is good. You want to go forward with this. If nothing else, you want to let your heart believe that this can all happen. A lot of, again, this work they're showing me is you emotionally getting comfortable with what the heart wants. You emotionally protecting what the heart might want. So again, we're kind of creating the nest for our dreams, for the golden egg. That's what it is. It's like you're creating the emotional nest to lay your golden egg, to be able to have your dreams come forward, have what your heart wants come forward. So it's really about kind of tending to that through the weekend. And being very self-forgiving is what they're showing me. Scorpio can be very harsh. Our emotions can be very harsh. We've all been through a lot when it comes to boundary changes. We've all been batted about a lot in the last 2.5 years about family, emotional limits, personal limits. And so we're all a little tender and bruised in these areas. And so what they're pulling me to is all the work going on with God in Neptune and Chiron, both retrograde in Pisces, which means, in essence, it's time you will not see the truth of what your heart wants unless you're completely forgiving and okay with whatever it is. Okay, here's God. Hallelujah. All right, but that's it. That is it. The Neptune. You will not be able to open your heart unless you are completely self-forgiving. And this is also opposing the energy of Black Lilith at step 26, astrocitation, which is where we have built this concrete Virgo future, and we have built it based on fear and based on where our heart's been hurt in the past. So the only way to let go of all of our concepts of what we think it will be and won't be is to be totally okay with however it is. Okay that it was this way, okay that we went down this path, okay that we had to get bumped and bruised, okay, and we're going to move on and see what's up. So definitely keep being okay, and self-compassion is the spiritual lubricant that keeps the friction away. So it will be easier to transition. The final note is that today should be a very playful day. They brought me right back to my little inner Disney child just now, and it's like, hey, it's like, okay, yes, it's time to play, and it's time for the world to play, and it's time for you to feel like playing. So this weekend, get out and play. Saturday could be extremely fun. Invest in yourself and protect yourself. The more protected you are, the more fun you will feel like playing. Sunday will be a day of learning and expansion as well, and expanding of the heart. And on Monday, we'll be building up to our first quantum breakthrough in the heart. So a lot of fascinating gravity going on there. Of course, I'll be available to you on Monday. And I do love you. If you'd like to come on down to soulgarden.tv, you might find something interesting back in the Psychic Lounge. That is the room that opens when you are part of a membership of the Soul Garden tribe, if you will. So come on down. You'll see I have a new show that's coming out there where I'm sharing with you. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate all the comments people have made and all the feedback. It really touches my heart, and I'm co-creating with you and loving with you each day too. Have a great weekend. And for those who are watched over by my personal sensei service, you will have a weekend Namaste today, of course, available tomorrow. All right, my friends. Love you and live, love, be.